So, ladies and gentlemen, you know a team is having difficulty when you have three different names in two different seasons run by owners that didn't remember the previous name of the owners. Today we're going to be talking about the curious case of the New York Raiders, better known as the New York Golden Blades, better known as the Jersey Knights. Now, the New York Raiders were an ice hockey team and a founding member of the WHA based in New York City. Intended to be the association's flagship franchise, its short lifespan was a result of being unable to compete with the NHL's established New York Rangers and the expansion New York Islanders. During its inaugural season, the league had to take ownership of the team. A third owner took over and renamed the franchise the New York Golden Blades to start its second season, and the team remained in financial distress and was moved to the greater Philadelphia metro area, township of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, on November 21st, 1973, becoming the Jersey Knights, which was his third name and second home under three different ownership arrangements in less than 2 full seasons of operation. But I must say the three logos for the team, to me, were quite nice. I really enjoyed seeing the time it took for the New York Raiders logo. Now, the Raiders participated in the first WHA draft. Its coach was veteran Ranger and respected hockey mind Camille Hendry. And their very first draft pick, second overall, was future Bruins star and Bobby Orr's what he called defensive line mate, Al Sims. Sims, however, did not play for the Raiders as he signed with Boston, of course, instead. Now, the team was initially slated to play in the brand new Nassau Veterans Coliseum on Long Island, but now Nassau County retained William Shea to get an NHL team to play in the new building. The NHL responded by hastily awarding a franchise to Long Island, which became the New York Islanders. The Islanders' lease with the Coliseum was designed to effectively lock out non-NHL teams, including possible AHL or IHL. Now, the Raiders elected to play in Madison Square Garden, where he faced being tenants to their major competitor, the Rangers. The situation rapidly became untenable with an onerous lease and poor attendance. The three original owners defaulted, and the league ended up taking control of the team midway through the season. Now, following the year, New York real estate mogul Ralph Brent bought the team and renamed it the New York Golden Blades. While he managed to acquire the great Henri Lacroix from the Philadelphia Blazers, he was essentially all the franchise had going for it. The team replaced the original orange and blue uniforms with purple and gold uniforms of a unique design, and to coincide with a new identity, the team started the season wearing white skates with gold-colored blades. The situation improved very little from the previous season. At times, the Blades played before crowds of less than 500 people in an 18,000-seat arena. Sinking in debt, Brent surrendered the team to the league in late November, just 20 games into the season, with a 6-12-2 record. Veteran player Harry Howell, who had been recently picked up by the Golden Blades after being released by the LA Kings, was elevated to player coach and ordered the team's white skates painted black as part of a resurgence for the squad. On November 21st, 1973, the WHA moved the team to the greater Philadelphia metro area of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and renamed it the Jersey Knights. WHA trustee Howard Baldwin was quoted as saying, "Hopefully we'll be back in New York next season with a strong order to compete in that market." But the WHA would never return to New York, getting no closer than the New England Whalers in 1975 when the team moved from Boston to Hartford. The Air Arena in Cherry Hill was available because the previous pro hockey tenant, the Jersey Devils minor hockey squad, had folded when the EHL went out of business at the end of the previous season. In a sense, they returned the WHA to Philadelphia as the Blazers had moved to Vancouver shortly after Lacroix left for the then Golden Blades. Having been locked out of Madison Square Garden just prior to the move, the players were unable to take their Blades jerseys with them, so the team reverted to the previous Raiders uniforms, with the original crest replaced with the new Knights logo. So we're a purple gold logo with orange uniforms. Very, very stylish. Now, the newly minted Knights soon discovered a new home. Cherry Hill Arena had a slope in the ice surface, which forced visiting teams to skate uphill 2 out of 3 periods. One drawback was that pucks would sometimes shoot upwards unexpectedly, and one night was not cold when a would-be pass jumped up and nailed him between the eyes. Years later, the longtime NHLer Abe McDonald said the ice was so high in the middle, the short guys almost couldn't see the other end of the ice. The arena was also closely cramped, with players not having adequate changing and dressing room facilities. Visiting teams had to dress in their hotel. In addition, there was no plexiglass around the playing surface, similar you would see to a Swedish or Russian rink. The boards in the area from face-off circle to face-off circle at each end were bordered by chicken wire as protection, like the old rinks, including the one in Woodstock, New Brunswick back in the 80s. The rest of the arena had no protection above the boards. Rod Phillips, who did radio games for the Edmonton Oilers for 37 years, ending in 2011, is quoting a saying of the arena: "The press box in Cherry Hill was so small that you couldn't stand up. The roof was only 4 feet high, and you were all hunched over. When somebody shut the door, they cut off one whole end of the rink." Now, despite the question of facilities, the Knights played over 500 hockey and were in playoff contention before losing their last 6 games to finish 32-42-4, last in the Eastern Division. Now, they did manage a solid 18-21 mark at Cherry Hill, a better record than they ever had in New York. Now, within 5 weeks of the move, though, reports had already begun to state that the franchise would not stay in New Jersey beyond the end of the season, as Cherry Hill Arena was inadequate even for temporary use. Baltimore businessman Joe Schwartz purchased the team in January, fueling speculation the team might move to the Maryland City or perhaps be reincarnated as an expansion franchise in Cincinnati or Indianapolis. Instead, at the end of the 74 season, Schwartz moved the Knights to San Diego and renamed them the Mariners. Now, Raiders opening season, 33-43-2, 68 points. Scored a lot of goals, though, 303 that year, but gave up 334, 73-74, again, 78 games, 32 wins, 42 losses, 4 ties. And both years, they finished 6th in the East Division, did not qualify for the playoffs. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the curious story of the New York Raiders, New York Golden Blades, Jersey Knights. Thanks for listening. Bye.